Yo, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome to another video. Today we've got some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with Grid Autosport is officially coming to the Nintendo Switch in 2019, and this is important because this will be the first full racing simulator to come to Nintendo Switch, and I'm not sure why developers waited this long, but here you go. So Grid Autosport is officially coming to Nintendo Switch via the Nintendo Switch eShop in 2019. Publisher Codemasters has announced. Now, the racing simulator first launched for the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC in June 2014, followed by the Mac and Linux in December 2015, and iOS in November 2017. The Nintendo Switch version is being handled by Feral Interactive, the studio that ported the game to the iOS. And here's a little bit of an overview about the game via Codemasters. Originally developed and published by Codemasters for consoles and Windows, and later brought to Mac OS, iPhone, and iPad by Feral Interactive, Grid Autosport will be the first full racing simulator to come to the Nintendo Switch. Grid Autosport challenges players to become pro racers, mastering motorsport's most exciting cars on the world's most thrilling circuits. From the Indy Motor Speedway to the streets of Barcelona, with customizable difficulty and a range of driving disciplines, Grid Autosport delivers an irresistible mix of realistic handling and high-speed thrills. Grid Autosport's AAA production values and deep yet accessible gameplay will make it a fantastic addition to the Nintendo Switch, said David Steffen, managing director of Feral Interactive. Following its success on iOS, we're thrilled to bring it to Switch players. So the biggest thing here, is this going to be the iOS version or is this going to be the console version? Although if you look at the iOS and how strong phones are at this point, I think a lot of them are stronger than what the PS3 and Xbox 360 were. So we'll have to wait and see on that in terms of shaders and techniques and stuff that they do use. So I'm thinking it's going to be somewhat of a mix between all of them when it comes to these type of games. Now, here's what I've heard about Grid Autosport, guys. I've heard that it's not that great from some people. People have already came out and lashed out against this, but then I looked on Metacritic and it has a 75 average. So it seems like some people hate it, some people love it, but overall it's an average game, or it's an average to good game. Not even an average game. If you look at 75, what that is, that's generally looked at as a pretty good game. Not a bad game by any means. Maybe it's not as good as the other Grid games, and maybe that's what they're comparing it to, what Codemasters and some of the other Grid games out there, and that's why some people are saying that it's not that good. But based on what I've seen, I haven't played the game, it definitely seems like a quality racing game, or at least good enough for whatever this is going to be, what they're trying to do with the Nintendo Switch here, and I applaud them bringing it over. Yes, I do know that it's somewhat old, right? 2014 on PS3, Xbox 360, and PC, but like they said here, there are no racing simulators on the Nintendo Switch. It's the first true racing simulator, not like an arcade style or anything like that. So that's cool. The Switch definitely needs that. Now, I'm not a motorhead or anything like that, guys. I do not play racing games like that anymore. I used to back in the day with like Gran Turismo, and I used to play other games too, Sega GT and all of that, but I don't play those anymore. So I'm not personally interested in this outside of just playing it on the Switch just to test it out for the channel, just to see how it runs and everything and compare it to the other versions of the game. Just for that would be the only reason why I check it out. But overall, it's good to have more racing simulators because the Switch doesn't have any. So I welcome Codemasters bringing this one over. If this is successful, maybe they'll bring over some of the other Grid games and other simulator racing games as well. So what do you guys think about Grid Autosport coming over to the Nintendo Switch in 2019? It looks like it's only going to be a digital release because they talked about the Switch eShop, so no physical release, and I don't know how big the file size is for this, but I think they'll be okay. They'll get it down somehow. It's on iOS. So what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the next topic here, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night Development has added a brand new development team, and it seems a bit late for this, but hey, they're doing it, and WayForward, the esteemed WayForward, is joining the fight or the fray or the development or something like that, joining the curse of the night, the ritual of the night. So new enemy concept art has been revealed as well. So Shantae developer WayForward has joined Bloodstained Ritual of the Night development team. Publisher 505 Games has announced. Now here's a full message from Koji Igarashi. It's me, Iga. For this month's update, we have an incredible support who will be joining the Bloodstained team. Can you guess who? It's WayForward. That's right, WayForward, the makers of Shantae. As you may already know, they are top tier when it comes to side-scrolling action games. They even have a staff member who previously worked on one of my projects, which is incredibly encouraging. In consideration of their past achievements, WayForward will be helping the development team realize my vision for this game. Maybe I am even more excited than everyone else. With their help, Bloodstained will become an even better game. We also have some new enemy concept art to show. This is Cyrith, and I probably said that wrong. She first appears to be crouching on the floor. Once the player approaches her, she will fly around and make a death shriek to attack the player. It's a traditional gothic horror design, and I think it's lovely. I was talking with the team just before writing this comment, and with WayForward's help, they will be busy helping to improve the game and fix any bugs that pop up. Speaking of which, there's a really tough one that's making the game crash that needs to be fixed before the game reaches everyone, so we are scything through them all. Thank you everyone for your continued support. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is apparently supposed to be due out for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC in 2019, and I say that because this game has been delayed for about 4 years. I think that this game has been out there for so long. I remember I backed it, I think in 2014, I backed this game. I know I backed it a while ago. I backed it in 2014. I think it was supposed to come out in 2015 or 2016. Never did. 2016 passed up. 2017 came and gone. 2018 is pretty much gone. Now we're in 2019. This game is taking a long time, but here's the thing. I think Iga and all the things that he's done, remember, this is the dude behind Symphony of the Night and some of the greatest Castlevania games of all time. I think he was like, man, this game isn't living up to what Castlevania fans want. It's not living up to Symphony of the Night. It's not living up to the other games out there. I've got to do something. I think they had a vision for the type of money, and they got so much more money. They saw a nightmare that was Mighty Number 9, even though they got that much money for their project, and kind of how that game, it was a low budget game that got a lot more money than what anybody thought. And I think they're a little bit overwhelmed, Keiji Inafune and all of them. So I think that they didn't want to follow down the same path and just put out an average game or an and meh to okay type of game. So they've been delaying it to continue to put more and more polish when you're building a game from the ground up and not using something that you already have, not using a base or an engine, something that's already put together. They're using Unreal Engine 4, but they have to create all the different types of assets and the enemies and everything. You can't just recycle enemies from other Castlevania games. You have to draw them up. You have to model them. There's just so much work that's being put into it. You have the voice acting. It's incredible the amount of change that's happened within this game in order to make it more and more quality. I've played both of the backer or demo builds, and they were both really good. So I think that this is going to really be that Castlevania game that we've been waiting for, that old school 2D style that people have wanted from Konami for a long time. I think this is going to be it, but they need some more time, and they're adding in WayForward, so that should definitely help out, because I know that Inti Creates was on there as well. Then Inti Creates was like, we're gone, and that was a while ago. They announced that Inti Creates was leaving the project, so then they brought in another really good 2D developer with WayForward. So that's exciting news. WayForward should be able to help them get on track and get this game out in 2019. So what do you guys think about Bloodstained Ritual of the Night and what they had to say here, and WayForward joining the fray? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the final topic here, a Dragon Age announcement has been teased for December, so it does seem like we might be getting some new Dragon Age action soon. So BioWare will make an announcement regarding the Dragon Age franchise in the coming month, according to studio general manager Casey Hudson, and all of you Mass Effect fans should know who Casey Hudson is. So in the BioWare November update post, Hudson said, quote, "If you've been following these blogs or myself or Mark Dareth on Twitter, you know we're also working on some secret Dragon Age stuff. Dragon Age is an incredibly important franchise in our studio, and we're excited to continue its legacy. Look for more on this in the coming month, though I won't tell you where to look." Now, with the Game Awards 2018 set to air next week on December 6th, it is possible that a new Dragon Age title will be announced at the event, so we're all going to be staying tuned for that, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be announced, or something to do with Dragon Age is going to be announced. Maybe the first teaser, maybe they don't have any actual gameplay footage, but they just announced that, hey, this is the name of the new Dragon Age game, and I might have been mixing up Dragon Age and Dragon Quest in this. I'll edit it out, man, but I just had to say that. I said like Dragon Quest a couple times already, or at least in my brain I'm thinking Dragon Quest, but no, Dragon Age, guys. Dragon Age, EA. This is BioWare. They have Mass Effect. They also have Dragon Age, but it's been a long time since the last Dragon Age game. I think it was 2014 for Inquisition, so we're definitely going on 4 years plus on this one. So they probably have a lot of ideas that they're building up, although that's what we said about Mass Effect after Mass Effect 3. Oh, they're going to take their time. There's going to be a lot of different ideas. This one's going to be good, and that turned into a nightmare. So I'm hoping this didn't happen with Dragon Age. I'm really hoping that they get things together and they put out a good Dragon Age game. I have Dragon Age Inquisition, and I don't really like it too much. I played the original Dragon Age, and I played Dragon Age 2 as well, and I've never really liked any of them, although I've played all of them because I like BioWare and I like their games, so I've always tried to see what's cooking with BioWare when it's not Mass Effect, and I've never really been too big of a fan, although I will say that probably Inquisition was my favorite one out of them, but I need to just play the game more. Maybe if they announce it here, maybe I'll get back into it, because I did go buy Inquisition, although I bought it when it was super cheap. I think it was like $14 for that game, and I got it then on my Xbox One. Yeah, I got it on my Xbox One, and I played it, and I just didn't click with it in terms of the gameplay and everything, but we'll see with this one here. Hopefully they announce something cool. Maybe we get some gameplay footage. I mean, teaser trailers are okay, just the titles, that's fine, whatever, but it'd be good if we actually got a real trailer for it at the Game Awards and not just teasers or just title screens like the Metroid Prime 4 and everything. Although it's been a really long time since Metroid Prime 4. That's why everybody was freaking out, because everyone thought Nintendo forgot the franchise like it was F-Zero or something like that. But anyway, what do you guys think about these different announcements here from Dragon Age, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and also Grid Autosport for the Switch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the internet, in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace!